Peace to the family, 747 24/7, 361 degrees. I'd like to welcome you to the holy land of Shalom. Peace to everybody that's going to come in. Hey, come on, get over here. Peace to everybody that's going to come in. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm going to set up the live stream and I'll just get into the moment for the most part so we can have a interesting discussion. Peace to the family, 747 24/7, 361 degrees. Cool. Peace to the family. Peace to everybody watching on the YouTube as well as the Facebook and any other social media platform. Peace. Boom. So we're coming into a new cycle, and I want to talk about a couple things in relation to the end of the Gregorian year for those that follow it, and also the beginning of a new cycle, more or less. Peace to everybody that's going to come in the building. Kum and salutations to the primes. I want to say I love y'all, and I want to say thank you for everybody that supports the movement across the world. All right. So, like I said, let me make sure everything is rolling pretty good, and then I'm gonna proceed. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm out here just taking a walk. As you see, the path has been created. Remember when I was working on the path? The foundation of the path has been created, and I wanted to walk this path with you for one moment, and I just wanted to talk about a couple things and just share some love. That's all. Now I've kind of been taking a break from social media a little bit, and I've just been doing a little reflection. If anybody would like to know, anybody would want to know what's going on. I just been taking a little time to do a little bit of reflection, and I think we all got to do that at times. You know, when you continue to keep on flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing, you really need time to fill up so you can continue to flow. All right. So that's what a little bit of reflection has done for me, if anything I can say to you. Now, also, I've been working on the Holy Land of Shalom. And what I would like to say to the people, to everybody that supports the movement, we have great things coming. We really have great things coming for us because great things are already here. You know, just walking this path, taking this journey. I think about a couple things in general. I think about the information that was given to me in order to transfer that same information into a correspondence that represents an idea of oneness. So, with that, I share with you the body of the Messiah. Wow, look at this tree. I share with you the body of the Messiah. Now, collectively, I want to say this to everyone. We represent the returning Messiah. If anybody was looking for one, we represent the body of that returning Savior. All right. I'm not here to dispute anybody's spirituality, religion, or concept of life, as long as it doesn't infringe on the rights or liberties of anybody else's life. All right. I want to say that. All in all, we have a great purpose. We have a great purpose to fulfill. If anything I can share with you in this world. The world is transforming before your eyes exponentially. It's transforming. It's becoming something. And only some of us can remember certain times. Like, for instance, remember when the phones, you can dial up a phone number of somebody that you cared about? Now you just pick a name on your phone, and you have nothing to identify or to associate or to make that connection to that name, except for just you pushing a button like that. But essentially, it was a code or a codex to activate a phone call when you reached out to connect with someone in the past. It was a code that you had to move. It was an algorithm that you had to move with. But let me tell you something. We're still in those days and times. We're still in those days and times where you got to find the algorithm to make the connection with who you need to connect with. All right? It's some of us, if anything I can say to you today, it's some of us that will live for thousands of years. And you may say, how could that be? Some of us here will live for thousands and thousands of years, not just on this planet, but on many planets. If any message that I can share with you as messiahs, it's going to be some of us that really get to experience those things. Now, Messiah Code, if I never introduce myself to you, for anybody watching in the YouTube, the Facebook, wherever you watching, Instagram, listen, if I never introduce myself to you, I am Solar Prime Supreme 131, Lazarus Lamel of the Messiah Code movement, as well as the Tuwalu tribe. All right. And I really would like to share with you that this is really a journey. It's a journey of evolution. It's a journey of a continuum, so to say. We have been given the keys to open the doorways to El. And El means the source or force of creation. All right. But when we say Messiah Code, it's really Messiah Code, spiritual conscious evolution for future technology. In totality, that's what it represents. It represents the idea of becoming, the idea of growing, the idea of seeing yourself as something in development. All right. I'm gonna work on moving this tree real quick while I'm talking to y'all, because you see the tree in the path of it's in the way. I cleared out the leaves, but I didn't get to clear out the tree. So let me try to pick this tree up real quick. Let me try to move this tree. Hear me out. We're always growing. We're always becoming. We're always learning. We're always developing. And essentially, some of the things that we have forgotten is coming back to us. It is not meaning that you know everything. None of us know everything. We're all essentially a fractal of how existence expresses itself. And if you don't know what a fractal is something that grows in a repeated pattern. All right? It grows in a repeated pattern. And what I see in me is what I see in you. And we all grow in some repeated pattern where we learn things, we learn from our mistakes, and we learn to grow in such a way. All right? But it's all about becoming. Just like you see this land. See, Adam, the word Adam or Adama, when they talk about man, they give the word Adam. They're giving reference to the word Adamah. Adamah really represents the earth plane. It doesn't represent essentially one being that, oh, he had a woman come from his rib. No, the rib represents the DNA. But Adamah, Adam represents the expression of the earth plane. Like the earth is yourself. It goes back to Geb. For instance, in ancient Egypt, the word for earth, or you got Ta for earth, but it was a deity associated with earth that was a male figure called Geb. This same Geb was taking, they took Geb into religious dogma when they talked about the angel was called Gabriel. Gabriel or Gabri means the unseen. Gebi is the unseen. It's that which comes from the unseen. All right, but Gab is essentially represent the earth plane. It represents the earth plane and how we tap into it. It's not a deity of sort. It's an expression of reality and how you grip that reality and how essentially you have a relationship with it. All right. So that's what I'm saying. When you see this, you see yourself. When you see the earth around you, when you touch it, you breathe it, when you walk on it, it's an expression of yourself. The roads that you travel are an expression of yourself. They're an expression of the pattern that you move within this mainframe consciousness. That's what it is, truly. And the only way you can see it is if you can see your mistakes and learn from them. Hear me out. That's the only way that you can truly see it, is if you can see your mistakes and you grow from those things. Because when you think about evolution, right, I can talk about different periods, different periods of development and evolution, and how one species took the forearm and did something totally different with it. But essentially, we have a common ancestor that has the forearm. But mechanically, we did a biological function to do something different with the forearm, to grow it in a way to move within the environment. Let me tell you something. All of us are like that. That's why I said we are a fractal expression of what the universe sees itself as within its mind. Because we're all within the mind. That's all it's all about. We're really within the mind. And that mental is our glue. It's our glue. Look, hear me out. You got 7 days, right? You got 7 days of the week. The first day is the day of the sun. And the day of the sun represents the day of the mind. All right? And then after that, you got the day of correspondence, which is the moon or moon day. As above, so below. Things happen as above, so below in correspondence. Then you have Tuesday, which is the day of vibration, Istatar, which represents vibration, how things vibrate. And you say, well, what is the vibratory rate of the frequency of how happiness sees itself in my world? You might say that. But the vibration moves within correspondence. It moves within unison and it moves within resonance. I can show you a perfect example of resonance that'll blow your mind. And I hope it'll take your mind to the next level. Like, if you look at resonance, you see something like a swing. moving back and forth. Let's say you see a swing moving back and forth, and you pushing your your daughter or your son, you're pushing them on the swing. All right. But when they come back to you, you catch them and then you push them again. And then they go higher because you was able to catch them at the right time and move back at a certain rate so you can move forward at a more even productive rate. This is how resonance works. This is the resonance of correspondence and how we connect with one another. We got to be able when one pushes, we have pull back a little bit so we can push forward the resonance, and in strength, each one of us can move higher. But imagine this: if you pushing your daughter or your son on a swing, right? You pushing them on a swing. Let's say you pushing them on a swing. You pushing them on a swing, right? But you're out of rhythm. What if you're out of rhythm? You go too fast. Boom! You just crashed into them. You knock them off the swing. You probably hurt them. You probably shattered them because you wasn't moving at the right pace. You hear me? That's the opposite of resonance. You know, that's the opposite of resonance. So when I say we got to resonate with each other, I want you to think of it like that. Think of it in such of a way of we are on a pendulum. And as we're on this pendulum, we're pushing each other forward so we can go that much higher into the mental plane. So now you got 7 days. You got the mind, which is Sunday, which is the day of the sun, the day of light. And then you got the moon day, which is correspondence. That's Monday. Tuesday is Istathar, which is vibration. And then you got Yashulet, which is polarity. Polarity comes on Wednesday because polarity comes from the expression of male and female, but it's positive and negative. That's what polarity is. Polarity is positive and negative, and it operates and it moves in balance. And guess what? Positive and negative attract to each other, and they respect each other because they're different. If you put two positives together, what do? Repel. You put two negatives together, what do? Repel. Why do you think they say the Messiah is drawn to the sick? He's drawn to the handicapped. He's drawn to those that are in need of the message. All right? Those that are, it's at times that he ate with them and he was eating with certain people and he's like, why are you eating with them? It's because he came to serve those people, and the other people that considered to be learned, he said, my message is really not for you because you really think you got it. In a moment you think you got it, you really don't got it. If anything, I can tell you, as a brother, as a family member in your spiritual awakening, because we are all children of the Most High. Listen, man. The body of the Messiah is very important. If any message I ever gave you, the body is so important. The body is what got me here. It's what got me to this destination, believing in that. If anything, a lack of better words, it's what got me here to this destination. All right? And have me moving on an even greater destination. All right? Because now we stand on a mountain. This is Mount Shaom. If anything, I can say to you, this would be considered Mount Shaom because we're on a mountain and we are royal people. We are royal people, and this and what we're bringing back is what was forgotten. You know, you see this forest. You see this forest. You're going to see this forest blooming and blossoming with life. You're going to see somebody that cares for this forest. I'm telling you, if anything, I can tell you, you're going to see somebody that really cares for this forest because I know the land is a reflection of myself, and it's who we are to exist on this plane of existence. That's who we are. And with that experience, we know that God is that. God is the experience. Yo, we are on a quartz mine. Shalom, Mount Shalom, the universal place of peace, is on a quartz mine. You know what that means? We have a first-hand quarry to create, things that are in computers, components that are in computers, because quartz is in your computers. Quartz is in your cell phone. Shout out to my wife and Queen Thea LaMelle. I love you. You was just calling me, babe. I know I was on broadcast. I'm just telling the family how I feel about this mission and how I feel about the message. And also what's to come. What's to truly come. When we give people, look at this. When we start to create our holy like ornaments, holy amulets. Look, this is all quartz. This is all quartz. This is all raw quartz. When we get a hold and start chiseling this stuff and start putting it in different devices, now we get neodymium, we get other sources like copper. We're going to start building things. We're going to start building things and we're going to utilize what we have to build it. Imagine that. I'm sure they have a quartz CPU. People are doing something with quartz to make a CPU out of quartz. Don't let me start. I can show you different research on it. We have something powerful underneath our feet and above our heads. And within us. We just have to walk the way. Listen, when it comes to the body of the Messiah, right? It's 1 through 31. I asked you to pick a number between 1 and 31. Guess what? You are somewhere on that body. Now, people say, well, that's the Gregorian calendar. Well, unfortunately, Pope Gregory the 13th, he created an NTP, a network time protocol that you cannot stop. You cannot stop it. You'll argue against the time, but guess what? They have already supplanted themselves with time. That was the main thing of the conquistadors, what they were out to do. They were out to set a time. Set everybody at that time, because he who rules the time rules the world. That's what it was all about. It wasn't all about what you think, a conquistador spread religion of Jesus and all of that. No, they wanted to make the prime meridian where their spiritual temple was, because the word temple comes from the word tiempo or time, the same word time. It's the same thing. They reflect the same expression. So they were trying to dictate time to put us in a pocket dimension. But we have come into a new age, which is called Tanun. Tanun. Tanun is information, if you want to call it that. But it's not information what you think. Like information, like I'm gonna get knowledge. Yeah, you're gonna get knowledge and all of that, but it's more than just you're gonna get knowledge. Information is like you want to get information, like you want to get in order, because the world is in chaos. People ain't respecting people no more. It's a whole bunch of stuff going down, and it's just a bunch of loose ends that need to be clipped. I'm gonna keep it real. People don't even have an order. People don't have, like, they don't even respect order. Like, somebody of old could tell them or have a strict way of doing things, but if you come with that in this day and time, people are not going to gravitate to it. Very few will. All right, and those that gravitate towards it will become a disciple, because to follow the Messiah you became disciplined, and that's where the word disciple. Hey, come on. Hey, Star. The word disciple comes from the word discipline. And if you follow the Messiah, you become disciplined. And discipline is hard because sometimes, like, let's say, the Messiah talked about how if your eye offends you, pluck it out. If your hand offends you, you got to really cut it off. But it's not what you think in a physical sense. Certain things that that hinder you in a certain way, or certain things that really make you weak in a certain way, that cut off your spirituality, you really got to stop it. You really got to just cut it off, or you got to wean it in a certain way. That's the only way that you can really rise a little bit higher. Sometimes I do that. I'm the type of person, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. This is the perfect setting for me. This is the perfect home for me, because I do this on a regular, and I think this is therapeutic, very therapeutic for anybody that has a mind that's beyond what you think is on the physical plane. You need to be in tune with something that's over hundreds of years that been around for hundreds of years. And that's what these trees are. You got to be next to things that are been around for hundreds of years. I'm telling you, for anybody that want to raise their spirituality, if you're around things that been around for hundreds of years, you're a product of your environment. Are you listening to me? That's the only thing I can say to you, so you can know. The trees express a feeling to me that you would consider to be communication. I see them growing. I see them blossoming. Look, ever since I start cleaning up, I see them blossoming. I see little budlings coming out. I see little things happening like that I haven't seen ever since I dug the path and dug the way. I see little things blossoming up, and I'm saying, like, look, we're doing this for real, for real. But if anything I can tell you, for anybody that want to raise their spirituality, you need to be around something that is living for hundreds of years. You learn from your elders. You learn from the wise ones, those that are of old age. These are of old age. Look, man, I go to a tree right here. This tree is of old age, but I have hundreds of trees out here. Yo, shout out Cotton Fear. Yeah. Look, let's get up. Look, I can go to hundreds of trees out here in our forest of Shalom, our holy land. This is our holy land right here. All right, located in the province of North Carolina. All right, but we are sovereign people. Hear me out. I can touch this tree. It's been around for hundreds of years. I just being around this all the time is different. It's different because my mom is connected with these trees. Y'all remember, Me and my wife, we did a ceremony where we connected my mother's ashes with the trees. We planted it with the roots or with the fungi of the tree. The fungi is the network of the tree. As above, so below. See, what you see above the tree is below the tree. It operates in a fractal. The branches that you see above the tree are the branches that you see beneath the tree. And it operates in a network. And the network is the fungus. They utilize the fungus. They utilize the fungus beneath your feet in order to send out a wave that operates in a quantum field. And that right there makes every tree knows what every tree is feeling. Every tree knows what's going on with the next tree, or knows what how to move. And see, it grows around the next tree. It shows respect to the next tree. When it grows its branches, it's in connection. And they all operate to bounce the sun's rays in order for them to have the most photosynthesis. All right? That's how they do it. But it's a network. It's a network that we are tuned into, and we are beginning to learn these things. I'm telling you. Look at this tree. Look at this great tree. How dare someone would want to cut this down? We must preserve. We must preserve these things. That's why I said I feel different. You might say, man, it might be superficial. It's not. It's not superficial when I tell you that I feel different. I haven't even wanting to come on the broadcast. To be honest, I haven't been wanting to come on the broadcast because I'm loading up. I'm loading up what I really want to say to y'all. I'm loading up, and anything I say to you is going to be very important. It's going to be very, very, very important. Anything I say, because I had time to reflect on it and think about it before I came on here and say it to you. I just didn't come on and just spontaneous come on. Even though I have ambition, I didn't just come on here and just come sporadically. I'm thinking about what I want to say to y'all. I'm doing research on what I really want to bring to the community. And not only that, in the spirit of the moment, I want to say what can connect all of us together in in the idea of becoming who we truly are. That's it. And I say that to y'all with so much love, so much joy, and so much hope that we can do the right thing. We're going to have differences with each other. Trust me on that, man. Y'all act like, man, it's going to be peachy and cream. It's going to be peachy and all that stuff. This us really changing the dynamic of what we see as existence. We're going to have so many bumps and bruises. And guess what? We all came from different roads. And some of these roads, when they come together, traffic will collide. Traffic will collide because we all came from different roads. And now when we bring these roads and merge these roads together, we need a traffic light, a literal traffic light to proceed with caution. So we know when to stop. Because when I ask God for a sign, thank you, Sister Dolly, you see our holy land. This is our holy land. When I ask God for a sign, people be talking about signs all the time. God showed me a stop sign. God showed me a stop sign. I said, God showed me a sign. And God showed me that stop sign. And when I said the stop sign just meant stop, chill. I don't have to be on a broadcast. I don't got to be on social media. I don't got to be doing all that. All I got to just do is just do the work. You know what I mean? I don't got to be on like it's quality over quantity. You don't got to want thousands and thousands of people to really make a difference. Just get quality people that really are steadfast. Because, hear me out, it's so many seeds that landed in so many places. In Matthew chapter 13, they talk about these seeds that landed in so many places. And as these seeds landed on the stony places, the seeds that landed near the thorns, and those that landed on the fertile ground, regardless of anything, people gotta know it's not just study to show yourself approved. It's steady. You gotta be steady in anything that you got going on. For this, what we're gonna build, it's gonna take us years to do it. It's gonna take us over 30 years or hundreds or even thousands of years to build what we're talking about. We are at the beginning stages, the transference of something monumental, and you are part of it. You are part of it. Pretty soon you're going to see pyramids out here. You're going to see pyramids. Like, you're going to see small greenhouses so we can feed thousands of people. So we know that we can feed maybe 10,000 people, need be, or on a weekly basis. We have enough prosperity for that. We just need the people that believe in the same thing, that really trust in the same thing. And we need order. We need order. We need real order. We need people to take up arms and say, you know what? Let's build this idea. Because guess what? We're going to help each other build villages again. We're going to help each other build, melanated towns again, and Aboriginal towns and communities again. We're going to help people build these things. You just got to start with the vision. Get a taste of it. Come here. Help with the land and say, you know what? I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. You know what? I'm going to get that. It's possible. I saw you come from the bottom. You came from the bottom. You came from the bottom. You got it. Like, you came from the bottom. Like, for real. A lot of us came from the bottom. And we are blessed. Not be less, like fucking blessed how people, excuse my language, thinking of it to be less. No, we're blessed like with abundance. I walk the land. Man, I have yet to walk this land barefooted. But when I walk this land barefooted, because I'm treading the path, I tasted the land. I tasted this land. All right? I made a connection with this land. But when I walk this land barefooted, y'all gonna know what the deal is. Y'all gonna know that I'm paying homage. I'm paying homage because I came from the bottom. My wife came from the bottom. We about to start having children again. We're about to start building our family again. What? That's what we're about to start. Now it's time to start having children. For real. I'm serious. I did that when I was young. When I was young, man, listen, I did that struggle situation, being young and dumb, not having a book on parenting, knowing how to be a parent. But now, after all of that, after all the smoke cleared, I'm happy to say, you know what? Me and my wife is happy to say, you know what? We want to start having children again. You know? And it's not about me. It's about us. It's about we. That's why I said, if you can get a sample size of what it means to come from the bottom, then taste it and then duplicate it and make it greater. For real. Yo, I really want you to do that. For real. And I mean that when I tell y'all about the children. I'm like, man, listen. Most of my children are grown. They're men and women. They're having children of their own. You get what I'm saying? I look at that as literally like a branch reality, like a branch time. This is a new time that we're set. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. We get to have life. We get to beget life continually because you know what? We are life. And once you have that joy and you get to accomplish things like this, you set yourself in that direction. And that's what we're doing, yo. You're going to see different people coming in this community. You know what I mean? Getting themselves off of drugs. My fault. You're going to see different people coming in this community, getting themselves off of drugs, getting themselves off of things that had them in the world. You're going to be seeing that. That's the good feeling. Yo, for real. Let me before I get off, listen, I'm gonna read the comments real quick. We have so much land you gotta drive to your house. So much land you gotta drive to your house. This is serious. This is not a game. But this is coming from the bottom, and this is being aligned with what the universe wants us to do. The universe wants us all the stuff that we talked about. Listen, y'all remember we was talking about this stuff for years, talking about getting land, talking about building greenhouses, talking about building pyramids and all that stuff. We talk about stuff for years. But what people had to realize is that if you keep on talking about these things, it has to land somewhere. It has to land somewhere. Let's say you throwing all them shots, you shooting all them shots in the air, right? You know how them people be shooting shots in the air, pop, 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 pop. They act like them bullets are just going to be up in the air. They're just not going to fall to the ground. Man, listen. All the stuff that you be saying, all the stuff that you be expressing, all the stuff that you really believe in, if you really believe in it, if you really truly truly believe in it, you really truly trust in it, guess what's going to happen? And then it's not only that the belief in your head, you got to move your feet to the beat, right? When you start to do these things, guess what happens? It starts to solidify itself. Trust me on that. It will literally, excuse me, it will literally solidify itself, and then you'll be like, wow, I can't believe this happened. If for real, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. When I talk to y'all, kind of fear my granddaughter's wedding, March, I will be ready. Man, kind of fear, man, get my number. Get up with us so we can work. Uh, who else was on here? Dolly, man, I love you, Dolly. Sister Dolly. Asha, hey, what's going on? Man, man, I love y'all, man. I really mean the stuff that I was telling y'all. I mean it from everything inside my heart. I mean that stuff, yo. I'm at peace. My wife is at peace, and we're ready. We're ready to be at peace with another soul. You know, we're about to start dating again. For real. We believe in polygamy, so and we want to have a child. We want to have children. That's what we want to do. We want to build our community. We want to do things like that. You know, if anything, from me to you, just me talking to y'all, just real quick, just try and get it off before I get off the broadcast. Um, and sum all of this up too. To be in the opportunity to do something great is truly remarkable. I want to say that, and I'm really happy. You know, I'm very, 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 very happy, and I'm gonna continue to write books. Now we have the Rebirth Oasis, which is going to be in Puerto Rico, January 24th through the 31st. All right, we're going to be in Puerto Rico, and I'm going to be taking people to ancient sites of the Taino. I'm going to be taking people to different places so they can explore what it, you know, different ancient sites. Basically, I'm gonna take you to different ancient sites. I'm gonna um I'm gonna take you to places like the double sunsets. I don't know if you ever seen the sunset twice. It's only one place that it happens in the world, which is in Puerto Rico. If you know another place, then you can call me on that. Yo, I love you, Asha. Yeah, Asha. Yeah, real talk. But I'm taking people to the place of the double sunsets. I'm gonna go to Cueva de Indio. I'm gonna go to Gonzaledia. Take people to different ancient sites. Um, and then it's just another thing is just making a strong connection with great people. That's it. And then again, what I wanted to say is that I may take a little break too. I'm going to take a little break off social media before before we do the rebirth oasis. I'm probably going to take a break. Like I'm gonna do a broadcast. Me and Thea was talking about doing like a broadcast, and we're going to take like a 2 week break until it's the rebirth when we go to Puerto Rico. And only thing I was going to do is just like connect with people and just talk with people and email, phone calls, just talk like that. Forget the social media. I'll be on instant messenger. You can DM me or you can instant message me or something like that when I take my break. But we wanted to take a couple week break um and do it like that so we can be able to focus on certain things and then also put a new schedule in on how we're going to be broadcasting. All right. Yeah, because I'm going back to school. I'm actually going back to college. So I'm going to take the time to return to college, get my master's. You know, this is accomplished. This part is accomplished right here. If anything, I can tell you, the land part is accomplished. We good. The happiness, the woman, I mean, you know, that's all good. Everything is cool. Now I want to go back to school. I want to go back to college. I want to learn that what I always wanted to learn. I want to I just want to be the best person I can be for y'all. I just want to be the best person I can be for y'all. That's it. I want to be able to help. When y'all need certain things and certain things going on, I want to be able to help y'all with it in any type of way. And y'all know I'm into technology. I'm moving with technology. All right. So that's all. If there's any other comments, if you want to, if you would like to hit me up. I don't know if anybody's my Facebook friend. Y'all can instant message me, or if you're on Instagram, you can DM me. I'll put I'll put a number. Y'all can connect up with me as well. Okay. It's 863-393-8432. All right. So if anybody, y'all just text me first though. For the family, yeah, text me first. 863-393-8432. Text me first, let me know who you are, and we'll make that connection. If you're not on social media or whatever. I just tuned in late. Love you, Pat Sam. I was just taking them on a tour of the land and I was talking some good stuff. But I love y'all. All right. Cool.